Hello and welcome to All About the Gers. Myself, Ricki Neill, joined by Charlie and Derek. It's good to be back because obviously we've had a few technical hitches over the past couple of weeks, which have been a bit of a nightmare. But big thank you to all our sponsors. We've got the Loudon Tavern at Ibrox, Plugged In Business Solutions, DB Dental Care, Mr. Sings India, and Avia Signs. How you doing, guys?
Still perplexed, still. As I said to Ricky when I walked in, it's like Russell Martin, it's like the Bon Jovi song. It's been raining since I met you, and I'm drowning in the flood. It just doesn't get any better, isn't it? It's just, I just don't see a way for him. I really don't, and it's hard. It's been very difficult, and
Aye, Derek. Obviously, you were away on holiday last. Well, no holiday. You were away overseeing Lewis playing in Bologna. How was that?
It was absolutely magnificent. To be honest with you, the weather was beautiful. They won the game 2-1. Then I watched Rangers. After I went and sat and watched the game with Lewis, and we got a victory, obviously against Hibs. So I was there from Thursday to Monday. Great to see not just Lewis and Lauren, but to see the grandkids. So he's moved into a new wee pad, shall we say. It's Terry Mendes. So I had a few beers and a great wee time, me and the missus. So I can't wait till I get back over, which maybe shortly, by the way things are going. So I'm all good. Charlie's looking well, isn't he? He looks fucking.
He's looking great.
He looks magnificent as usual.
It was 30 degrees in that Mallorca, Sacoma. Beautiful place. It was lovely. Had a great time. Watched the Rangers Hibs game over there. Obviously, tried to go on here last Sunday, I think it was, and it was technical, wasn't very good. But I still thought we won the great in that game as well, to be honest with you. I still thought it was a struggle. We could have been 2-0 down.
Charlie, we played for about 10 or 15 minutes and won the game. That was it.
Yep, 100%.
I know, do you know, obviously we've not been on for a few weeks because of the technical problems we had, but it was quite funny. I actually took my wife to our first Rangers game the other week, and it was funny for somebody that doesn't know anything about football. She said to me, "Why did he keep on passing the ball sideways?" And I'm like, "Don't even start me, Charlie. It's like so boring to watch it."
But you know something? That's brilliant that somebody that doesn't watch football really, and they just go there for the first time, and then they realise that they go, so the ball's supposed to go forward towards that big rectangle thing. Aye.
But see, last night as well, seeing we're down to 10 men, I think the goal for them comes for us. It was a free kick to us inside our half, and we had 3 or 4 players run the ball and want to play short passes. We're down to 10 men. Get Butland, just launch the ball up into Chermiti, because we had nothing else. We didn't really look like doing anything else unless Gassam get the ball. But we didn't look as if we were going to create anything without maybe putting a wee bit of pressure on them. But what we do, we want to just give the ball away inside our half and then let them breaking us. And it's like, how many times we take the short pass back, the short goal kick, and then we were under pressure, and Raskins at the edge of the 18-yard box try to get the ball as well. Suter, for instance, would kick the ball about 30, 40 yards into midfield. They would header it, and then it was just a pure attack on us. And with nobody in the middle of the park. There was nobody in the middle of the park at this point. We're killing ourselves. We're absolutely killing ourselves. Right. We're not good enough to play like this. So it has to stop now. But I just don't see any way back for the guy. I really don't. The fans, demented, I think everyone is.
Do you know, I'm going to move on to the game later on. But obviously, we've not been on for a couple of weeks. I just want to get Derek, obviously, before the Hibs game, all the fans were already calling for him to be sacked. Do you think it would have been right to sack him at that time? And do you think, when I was up in Stornoway a couple of weeks ago, I done a raise of hands in the crowd. I said, out of this crowd, and there's over 100 people there. I said, out of this, who wants Russell Martin sacked? Everybody apart from 3 guys put their hands up. And I said to the 3 guys, what's your point? Why are you keeping him? we can't just keep on sacking managers. You know, when you look at Rangers history, for God knows how many years, we had 10 managers, and we've had about 10 in the past
20 years.
You know, it's bad. But what's your, Derek, what do you think about Russell Martin?
Well,
this is your chance to have a rant.
We need a new manager, and as quick as it's not worked out. That is on the 49ers. They brought him in. They thought he was the right choice. The majority of the fans didn't think it was the right choice, and the majority of fans have been proven right. Now it's now up to the 49ers to do the right thing and relieve Russell Martin his duties. Not just for the sake of our football club, but for the sake of Russell Martin. His mental health must come into question. Now, the amount of abuse that he's getting, that's got to take its toll on him, big time. So the correct thing to do is, we can clearly see it's not going in the right direction. It's only going one way, and that's downwards. We can't get any further down the ladder. So the right thing to do, relieve him his duties, get somebody else in. But it's for Russell Martin's well, and I'm talking for like one human being to another human being. I came out of the game last night walking to my car with Big Tomo, who's giving us a run home, and I said to him, I says, "What do you think Russell Martin will do tonight when he gets in the house and locks that door?" And the two were going like that. What would we probably do? I would be reaching for a wee glass or something nice to just.
Have you seen his bird, Derek?
But do you know something? I'm going to be deadly serious, but that you're so. I need to swear. You're so fucked up in the head with everything that's going on. The fans. I mean, the end of the game was horrible because I was working at the game and I heard this kind of roar going up, and I took my cans off, and all I heard was Russell Martin get to you know where, and it was. It's horrible. It's horrible to see. So the 49ers do the right thing, relieve the man his duty. You might have compensation to pay. That's on you. You made the mistake, and we need to bring in somebody else that's going to take us. Well, there's only one way we can go, and that's up the way. So 49ers, get your act together, get it sorted. Kavanagh, you've been there. You've had a wee look at it. You saw that 12,000 people never took a ticket last night, never came to the game. Some guys that already had tickets didn't turn up. Do the right thing and relieve the manager of his duties.
Right. Charlie, when I was at the game, my good mate David gave me his tickets for the East Enclosure. Cracking seats. You're like about maybe 5 rows for the front, right next to the dugout. My wife said to me, every time I look at you, your head's shaking like that. It's because I was looking at Russell Martin. Honestly, he's actually frustrating the life out of me now. But he's also he's fucking the life out of the game of football as well, Charlie. It's like it's no good to watch. He's you know, the fans don't want to watch it anymore. You know, what's your opinions on it?
My opinion is with the players on the players don't know what they're doing. The players aren't good enough to play this way of football. They're just not good enough. I've not got the players to play the way he wants to play. So his ideas aren't suited for the team he's got. They might be suited for Pep Guardiola's team at Man City. But the players aren't comfortable on the ball. We need to start playing balls into our team's half. We need to play two up front. I mean, the boy Chermiti, we signed him for 10 million or whatever it was. He's got to play up front with Miovski. We've got to play free in the midfield, play Gassam in the left. Don't play the two wingers, play two up, play Gassam in the left, play free in midfield, 4 at the back. Put balls into areas where you're going to hurt teams, no hurt yourselves. We're hurting ourselves so much. The spaces in the midfield for the defence to the forward line is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And the football is absolutely pish to watch. Excuse my language, but it is killing me. It's absolutely killing me. It's brain melting. It's just so hard to watch. There's no. Rothwell come on and put a wee spurt in last night as well. What he done it against, I think it was Hearts, and he got injured. And you've seen he's got a wee bit about him, but he doesn't want to play the sitting midfield one. So maybe he is better in a wee bit more advanced role. But we need the energy with nothing. The players just look as if they've not got any hunger. Or the train, he's sat in the life at them in training, or he's overtraining them, or they're over analysing videos at every game. And I just honestly can't watch it anymore. It's killing us.
Do you know, Charlie, last night...
Ricki, you're spot on what you just said. It's as if they're sucking the life out of the fans, because when you go to any game, when I go to a game at Rangers, you know, you get that buzz when you get outside the stadium, and when you go in there, you start to feel that, you feel the build up to the game. There was nothing last night. I couldn't believe that was a Thursday night, a beautiful night it was as well. We're playing in Europe, and it was dead. There was nothing. The atmosphere, it was like being at the pictures. So it was, where everybody was just sitting there, but everybody's sitting there knowing what the outcome was going to be. And it's as if, and I think a lot of them would have went earlier, but they waited to intentionally vent their anger, and they certainly did that, because with them all, you know, singing in unison at the end, and that was the main stand. You know, it was they just want to get that message across.
Havana started it.
You know, were you singing, Fergie?
Me, I was.
He was the orchestra. He was
too professional. But see, when I took the cat, because I went, what is that? And I just turned round and to see, and it's all the suited and booted guys, you know, were clearly, and quite rightly so, were not happy, and they were letting Martin. But Martin went straight up the tunnel. So again, he didn't even venture out onto the park, which he has done this season. So listen, the man mentally for me is gone. And once you've gone, there's no option. And this is where the 49ers, when you employ somebody, you've got a duty of care. And that duty of care is to look after that person. So the way to look after Russell Martin is to relieve him his duties and give him
give the kit man the job.
Give the kit man the job.
Charlie, well, Derek, you might know heard Alan McCoy's stuff through the game. He was talking about recruitment, and I totally agree with everything he's saying. But
what
Aaron Wilson,
I've not caught it. What did
I'll go into it in a wee minute. But Aaron Wilson, he's saying big Shermiti for 10 million when we could have had Shankland on a free. Recruitment deserved the sack for that alone. But what he was basically saying was, who actually says, right, we're going to sign him? Is it 3 games or something he's played, Charlie?
Right, it was like 500 minutes 2 year. But that's what I've been saying for weeks, or the last 6 weeks, or the last few months, that Farewell has got loads to answer to as well, because the signings have just not been good enough. And then the boy Asgard again looks a decent football player, but not what we need to be. Him and Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore tries, the wee guy does try, and I get that in a few years' time. It could be a good football player, but he's not what we need at the moment. The wee guy's going to end up getting back to Tottenham, a broken kid.
Can I come in, Charlie? I worry about that boy, because Russell Martin is going to kill his career if he keeps playing him. He needs protected. He needs to be took out of that. Things are only going great, as we know, and he continually is starting that young man. Now, that young man, you can see he's a good player. We're told that he's technically really gifted, but to do it in the white-hot heat of a football game at Ibrox, when the fans are not happy in a European night. I mean, he wasn't very good last night. So clearly, you see, take the wee fella out of the equation, give him a wee breather until, at such times, I don't think it's coming anytime soon, that we start to win games and we look better. Then you put the young man in. He's going to kill his career. So he is. And that will be on Russell Martin. So you've got to be careful with that young man.
Aye.
That's what I said. He's got to go back to Tottenham, a broken kid.
Yeah,
it's just...
aye. He's got to be careful with him.
Right, just talking a wee bit about the game, obviously all we weren't doing anything special, but then Diomande get sent off, for which I thought there was no need for him to do that challenge, Charlie, was there? But
before that, we should have went 1-0 up as well. It was a great clearance off the line for the boy for Big Suicide. It was an incredible clearance. But as the boys said after the game, I think it was Alan Hutton or Scotty Arfield said, he goes with the wrong foot. He does, instead of trying to slide with his right, it does touch the ball, but it was a horrific tackle. It was, at first I thought he did win the ball as well. And then I'm saying, oh my word, it's a straight red. It's the only thing the referee got right on night, to be honest with you. But it was definitely a red card. But we still, instead of being hard to beat, we still play so open. Let's be hard to beat. Let's play into areas where we can cause them some problems. Don't cause them in front of our own goal. And I know I keep on saying that, but that's our big problem. If we are down to 10 men, play boys into corners, play in that half, make it hard for them to counter-attacking us, or make it hard for them. Don't make it easy for them to win the ball 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards for a goal with nobody in the midfield to kind of cover. They're just so open, and he's got to have better ideas than that. Because when you go to 10 men, you think, right, okay, let's shut up shop a wee bit here. Let's try and nick something. Okay, we'll go, Gassam, you've been our best player, but if you come, son, I'm going with three guys with energy in there, and I'm going to put two up front then and play tight, and then just launch boys up. Somebody can get close to the two strikers can get close to each other. Just something different.
Charlie, you touched on it earlier on. See when Diomande get sent off, we're still trying to play it for the back, Derek, aren't we? Instead of like punting the ball up, because you can see Miovski is good. See when
Chermiti won a few in there. Chermiti was actually decent in there.
I mean, Derek, why are they sticking to that kind of tactic?
Well, it was because the manager wants, that's his style of play. He wants to continually play that way. And this is where, when it's not working, you go from plan A to plan B, and you think, right, how do we get the ball forward a wee bit quicker? And it's no what you just says, you're punting it. Longer passes are not a punt. It's just playing to your strengths. You've got a guy that's 6'4", centre forward. Can you not get it into him? Midfielder supporting. The ball's not back to him into wide areas, deliveries into the box, and then we create chances. By the way, Diomande, stupidity, absolute stupidity, by the way, because he must know in the game, it's we were second best, right? So you're still going towards half time where you can get in and whether the manager can change a few things, but to lunge in like that at that time of the game, I think, and it's just my opinion, maybe I think he was looking for a way out. I really do. He's not been playing well this season. He's really struggled, and that just epitomises how his season has went. So he left his mates, his teammates in the lurch, with doing that. So listen, you never get away with that sort of lunge in this day and age with the VAR that's there. So in real time, I went, oh, he's off, and it was proven when you see the slow motion. So stupidity.
But I still think he has to come with his right foot. If you get what I'm coming for, he comes with his right foot.
But something? See the wee fullback that he does it on, immediate. He's quick. He was sharp. So you recognise who you're up against, and you know that wee guy's so sharp. So you don't lunge in. You stay on your feet. So you do. So hey, you got that hang between your ears, but they don't. I'm just wondering, as he thought, I'm going to try and find a way out here. I'll just lunge in, maybe get a fucking red card. Sometimes you wonder what
I think he's getting. I know. I agree with you. Sometimes you wonder what he thinks, but I would hope no, because he's actually done all right for us since he's been here.
By the way, my coffee's sensational.
At least something is.
But the wee boy Magoma, who I said looked decent, he got caught out so much last night, and that's because we aren't pressing the ball high enough up. But the pitch is too long as well. We make the pitch so long because we play in silly areas of the pitch. We need to shorten the pitch, and then people don't have the time to play nice, easy passes when there's nobody against them. You need to be against people. I say it every week. Win your battle against the player you play against, and then you can play for there. But the pitch is for 18-yard box to 18-yard box because we want to just try and... we're going to say... we try to just want to mess about and... Oh, God, It's been raining since I'm red. I'm drowning in the flood.
We're going to just start a Bon Jovi's tribute band now.
Oh, God.
Derek, what was your thoughts on the penalty that we never got? McCoy seems to think that the referee was looking for a reason not to give it. It was a very light push, wasn't it?
Well, it was minimal. So was it a push? No, really. Was it a handball? It would have been harsh, on them. But in this day and age, I think it was a penalty. So we needed a wee bit of luck there. We didn't get it, and I think it was a get out for the referee. So there was just a slight nudge, a push for Tav. But
Derek, it's as if he's just nudged him because he was running back towards him. If you get what I'm coming for, and for me, I think it's not a penalty either, to be fair, but we take it because, and that's the way VAR is. But my problem with VAR is, what are VAR saying into the referees here? This is when we should be hearing what VAR are saying now, because are they telling McGahern has saying it looks like a penalty or it looks like a push, then a penalty? If they're thinking it's a push, then there's no use to go to VR. They should say it's a free kick to Rain. But I thought it was a penalty review to get and say, aye, it's a penalty. Or no, it's not a penalty. Not to give him a free kick.
Mm-hmm. Charlie, you can actually watch, I don't know if you've seen it, see on YouTube and Sky Sports do the VAR show. I think it comes out on a Monday, and it's quite surprising. See, because you hear the chat for the referee and you hear the chat for the three officials, and it's actually quite embarrassing watching it because nobody ever seems to want to make a decision.
Right.
You know, it's like you should watch it, by the way, you'll be quite shocked.
Ricky, I went to, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and it was a presentation for referees in the kind of lower leagues like League 2 and 1. Anyway, cut a long story short, they had a presentation for somebody and they didn't know if they were coming or going, who was getting it, who was presenting it. It was an absolute farce, and it was, you couldn't believe that there were referees that were running it. So they couldn't even get a wee presentation night correct. So that's why sometimes VAR and all that and the communication is an absolute shambles. Fast garbage. I've never been in favour of VAR. It's just a waste of money. So
it spoils the game. There's somebody saying, Derek, you said last night on the radio that our best passage of play came in the 74th minute at Ibrox. That's disgraceful. The heartless, gutless, spineless charlatans.
That was down the right-hand side as well, wasn't it? That was down the right-hand side. And it came for Ant-Man and Tav and maybe, I can't remember it, but it was a decent, we ended up nearly getting a cross in. I think we did get a cross in.
It's because Rothwell takes the ball, and what does he do? He drives forward. Yep. What does he do? He plays a forward pass into a wide area. Then it's a cross into the box. We look dangerous. It's no rocket science, guys. So, but there was one other thing that really worried me as well, was I don't know why it was just coming into my head. Ashgard, a ball breaks into the right-hand side, and
Ant-Man plays it to him.
He's favourite for it, Charlie, and I don't know whether he was out on his feet or where it was desire to get there, you know, and the guy player gets in front of him. I'm actually thinking, I think it was a desire thing. I think he should be able to get there.
I think that's the one Ant-Man plays to him, is it no? Ant-Man's wanting to go past him, and he just stops and then he chases it after it. But and Ant-Man, oh man, and he actually did okay last night when he came on, but he looks rabbit in the headlights as well. The boy Magoma, who I said looked good his first couple of games, man, honestly, what?
It's just a young boy, Charlie, as well.
Young boy, and it's gone. Yes, and I get that, and it's going to hurt him as well. But we've got rid of Jeff Day and Yilmaz, who were better than Magoma. What I'm seeing more of Magoma, and we've not got another guy there to play, unfortunately.
There's JM saying, bring in Charlie, Derek, and Barry to sort this mess out, and I'll be your kit man if you get the job right.
Ricky, Barry, Neil McCann, Billy Dodds, Al McGregor should never have been relieved of their duties. They should have been still in charge. Give them an opportunity, and if they were given that opportunity, we wouldn't be in this mess. That's clear to see.
Well, I said at the start of the season when you asked me, I didn't think it was the right time for Barry, but now I would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, but
I'd bring back Kachinya.
need to get him at the bushes. What we're going to say is, like, over the past few games, I've actually started to see wee glimpses that some of these players could be decent players. And at first I was thinking, it doesn't matter.
Explain.
Just even like Ant-Man done a few good wee things last night. You know, you can see he's good with the ball at his feet, but I think they're all fear to, you know, to
beat somebody. It's definitely not to beat anybody.
Because I sometimes think, because Ant-Man, go back to his first game, he just come in the door, he was out there, didn't know anything about his teammates, probably had very little information. How did he play?
Aye.
He was different class. So what's happened now, he's getting fed all this information, and he's like, he's all over the place. So, and that's where we don't look. So you've got to know who to give information to, and who maybe I shouldn't say this, maybe me and Charlie were guys that you didn't need to give a lot of information to, because maybe we, as daft as we are, we could maybe work it out ourselves on the football part. So you've got to know your players, and I think that's guys like Ant-Man, Gassama, just give them the ball and go and express yourself. Go and create chances for our centre forwards. So sometimes it can be just as simple as that.
But Derek, as I said before, Walter and whoever I played under never really told us, never really said to you what to do, where to go, how to play. You just got named 11 and you went out and played. But the only person who could probably take so much Russell Martin's advice on board would be Ricki with the size of that napper.
We've not heard that for a wee while.
That's what you've forgotten about me.
It's the boy Cornelius. I think he looks as if he could be no bad, and Suter, there could be no. But I think we've went back away totally for when Clement was there, even miles and absolutely miles back for Clement's team. We're talking about, and Coyce and I were talking about it last night, and like Barry, the team Barry inherited were much better than what this team is now. They beat Fenerbahce, and Fenerbahce, okay, they beat Ibrox, but went through. But that team last night, and as Coyce said on they aren't even a very good Europa League team. Club Brugge are a very good Champions League team. You could tell the standard they're in. But last year we would have battered Genk last night. And
Charlie,
it's just so far how far we went back.
Yeah, see on Cornelius, Charlie, I think he's decent, but do you know something? I think it got to him the last 20 minutes of the game. You could see it. There's a wee close-up because we had the monitors beside us, and it looked as if he's gone. This has got to him. So this is everything that's happening with the fans and everything that's going on behind the scenes. It's as if he's just went, oh my God, what have I got myself into here? That's what it looked like.
He just left the south of France.
Do you know what? I've actually heard this saying so many times now over the past few weeks, and I've never really kind of heard this. But Stuart Ballmer saying the whole thing looks like a severe lack of coaching. Don't care what spiel Martin gives.
Can I come in there? Because that was a kind of topic last week when Stevie Clifford for the Heart and Hand podcast had asked the question to Russell Martin that you don't look as if you've been coached. And everything that Charlie's been saying, and you, Ricki, as well, you're basically saying that. They look as if, you've just said it, Ricki, we've got some good players. You can see that they're what you could get out of them, but they don't look as if they're getting the right advice and they're coached properly.
Well, Derek, the coaching thing, see when you're a professional footballer, and I've said it before, we shouldn't be getting coached to go on to how to play a game of football. We know football when we were 10-year-old or whatever, and how to play against a man and how to get close to people. I think, Martin, it's just his style of play that we've not got the players for that style. No overcoach, no undercoach. Just let the ball play, put the ball into the other team's half, play for there. Play for there. We're not a 4-3-3 team. We can't play 4-3-3. We need two players up front at Ibrox. We've signed the two most expensive players in our team this season, are our two strikers. Get the two of them in. Let's see how they go on.
But
we can't do any worse.
He's clearly not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, listen, everybody watching, can you share this podcast? Also, we're on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook and everything. So just share it because we're going to be on at different times every week. So share it and just click on the wee notification button on the YouTube channel so you get a wee notification when we're going live. We're going to try and do it the day after every game, as long as we need technical hitches. Anyway, but listen, obviously Patrick Stewart and Russell Martin, they've all been calling for them to be getting out. But soon it will move on to the 49ers. Here's Megatron saying, Ricki, we have guys like Thelwell, Stewart and Purdy who don't get the club. Kavanagh's appointments have failed and is now looking like he is just a rich guy with no clue what he has invested in. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going to be long before the fans start turning on them. Charlie, I don't know.
The fans have already started. There's a murmur. Thelwell is next. Thelwell's close to getting it. Kavanagh's put him in. Thelwell, I'm sure I said that before the season started, that Thelwell was a guy who signed the players for Everton, and look where Everton were. It didn't fill me with enthusiasm. Chermiti signing worries me. Asgard looks a technically very good football player. The loan signings haven't really worked. Kassam's probably the only one that's worked. Miovski will work. But Miovski, all us know, but it's not as if you went and plucked Miovski for MTK Budapest like Aberdeen did 2 years ago. He didn't go and pluck a wee gem. He's not plucked any gems. He's went into the Championship. A few teams, kind of players on the periphery are maybe first teams and European teams, and we brought them in. And it's been garbage. That's my word. It's been absolute garbage.
There's Michelle Kennedy saying Kavanagh needs to do the right thing here, put their hands up and admit they got it wrong and relieve him of the duties. Alan McCoy's got it spot on. All the pundits got their analysis right as well last night, Derek.
Yeah, and listen, you've got an opportunity. You thought you were doing the right thing, and clearly it's not worked out. So listen, get the paper, scrunch it up, throw it, let's start again. It's on then. They've got an opportunity to do it as quickly as possible. The worst scenario could be that they're going to roll with this. If they keep doing that, the fans are just not going to be there. You know, you will have a small core, but I tell you, you'd be playing in a stadium that probably is going to be a third full at best. If this carries on, that's how bad I think it could get.
We don't beat Livingston on Sunday with that team. We don't go to Livingston on Sunday and beat that team. We don't beat Livingston with that team on Sunday. Not a chance. Livingston will be in high boys up against us. Harry and his own the AstroTurf pitch. And we will not beat them. We absolutely will not beat them.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? You know, that you're coming out with that, Charlie. And I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing, but it's incredible that we, as Rangers Football Club, don't think we can go and take on a Livingston side and beat them. And that's where we are at the moment. That's how bad it is. Because in days gone by, you would have the Rangers reserves that could go and take on a Livingston side and beat them. So that just shows you where we are at the moment.
Aye, when I was up in Stornoway with big Craig Moore, he was basically saying the problem is we've got 2 international breaks before Christmas, and he says, and that could keep Russell Martin on a job. And there's Scott Kearney online saying if we let it go until international break, iBox will be empty, Derek.
Aye, and I totally agree with him. And that's because they've already started voting with their feet. There was large sections of the stadium that were empty last night. And anybody I speak to, they're not going to go. There's buses, Rangers supporters buses that have been cancelled. They're not willing to travel. They're not willing to go and watch that. So that's on the owners. You know, it's
they're slashing the rain buses tires.
Do the right thing and make a decision, you know, for Martin's well-being as well, and for us, for the supporters. We deserve better than that. We're getting short-changed in every aspect.
Aye. Charlie, there's Stuart Balmer saying a lot of fans didn't want Barry. My personal opinion was to give him, Neil and Billy a chance. We wouldn't have been in this situation for sure with them in charge. We signed too many wrong players. Charlie, if he sacks Russell Martin today, I'm not saying he will, would you take Barry back or would you expect somebody else?
I would obviously I still believe Derek's the man, but if Derek's not available, which he isn't at the moment, I would give Barry, Neil McCann and Billy Dodds a chance. Why not? 100%. I think they would probably have tried to sign Wee Lennon Miller and players like that in the summer that we just kind of let go. We need to call Scottish back into our club. There's too many people who don't understand the club as a whole, and I would, if we can't get Derek, then I would 100%. I would have given Barry Dodds and Neil McCann the job 100%. But he can't last until the semi-final against Celtic. He can't be in the job then.
Aye.
He cannot be in the
Barry
job.
Manilow the job at the minute. So, Barry White.
A good singer, him. Derek, do you think Barry would come back?
Do you know something? I don't know, because he's strong-minded, strong-willed. He's the answer I really don't know. But they should. I'll go back to what I said at the start of the show, top of the show. They should have been given the opportunity. They weren't given the opportunity, so I don't know how they feel about it. I just think there's 3 guys and I'm talking. I'm sorry, I apologise about that because I don't mention Alan a lot because I just think with Barry, with Neely, and with Billy, because I know the other two pretty well because I've worked with them over the course of the last few years. The guys are very good communicators. They're good coaches. They know the game inside out. So, and as Barry's a figure point, and Barry's got that in his locker as well. He knows the game inside out. But for let them get on with the stuff behind the scenes, then Barry is the kind of focal point. I just thought it was a good combination, and it suited us. And why they weren't given that opportunity, it baffles me. So, but this is where we're all waiting to see. I don't think even the 49ers, sorry, Charlie, I don't think they'll even go down that route. I think they'll try and think outside the box and go somewhere else.
But Derek, I think Barry would take a job a minute if they give him a year and a half. If they give him to the end of this season and next season, give him a start to build his own hang. I think he would take it then because he's got guarantees. Obviously, if he's not getting results and they're bottom of the league like we're other now, then you would hope things would change for them then. But hopefully they could get a change if he gets further up the league and getting results and whatever. But I think he would take it if he get offered it for this season and then to start the next to build his own kind of team. But
Charlie, you've just said that I think he would need assurances on certain things, and if he gets them, he would probably take on. If he didn't get those assurances, I don't think he would take it.
Charlie, there's Philip Gage online. He's saying Stephen Robinson, give him a year and a half contract, boom, problem sorted. Robinson or Martindale, he would even take Goodwin at this stage. Need a manager who knows the SPL inside out.
Well, Robinson just signed a new deal as well, isn't he? Well, Robinson wouldn't be a bad idea as well. His teams are hard to beat. They're organised, but that's what they have to be when you're the sit-man manager at Rangers and Celtic. They have to be different. You have to be going.
I'll be back. 2 ticks. Just give me 2 ticks.
He's going for a Barry White.
Sorry, what were you saying there, Charlie?
So he's obviously he plays a certain way of football because St Mirren are not happy, but they're happy. They would love just making a top 6. Rangers have to be winning trophies, have to be winning games week in, week out, finishing top of the league. Anything less is unacceptable, as a lot of the coaches I've seen lately.
Charlie, like through your time at Rangers and through the years after you've left Rangers, there has been so many Rangers players that have came to Rangers and they were a good player before they came, but then when they come to Glasgow, they don't realise the expectations and it's the jersey's too heavy for them.
That's what I've said. I've said that for a few years, and well, I've said that since we started doing this. A lot of people look good footed players when they come, maybe been playing, but the Scottish players who we've signed understand. If you get what I'm coming from, the ones like say we Cameron understands, Barron understands. They might not be the best footed players in the world, but they understand and they give their all, and the fans appreciate that. So we need to go back down the road of bringing a nucleus of Scottish people in, Scottish players in, because a lot of people from outside the country don't. I think even when Louders joined, Louders didn't understand what it was all about for the first maybe month. But Louders spoke for himself after that. He was incredible. But I think Louders taking a wee bit of time to kind of realise what the club was all about, what the institution was about, and he'd played with Milan and things like that. So
I think at that time, Charlie, but there was Scottish guys, Scottish guys about them, so you would have probably helped him out a wee bit.
Scottish core, you had the goalie, you had Goffey, you had Coisty, Durante, and then you had kind of big Mark who knew the mentality. He was there, Stuart McCall, Fergie. I can go on forever and name everybody, but we've lost our identity a wee bit for Scottish, in the Scottish terms, I think.
Fergie, was that the Avon man at your door there, aye?
Do you know what the things I do? Do you want to know what it was? It was a parcel for my son. And what do you want to know what it was? It was that snooze or whatever it was.
Oh, snooze, what I've got?
Oh, I think it's top of the range stuff.
Aye, but that's mental.
If I take one, and I've tried it once before, I took one of them and it sparked me out for about 12 hours.
That's what it does to people, that does.
Right. Well, move on to Sunday's game.
Yeah, Russell Martin then,
I put it in his ears.
Machine gun.
Sunday's game against Livy, 3:00. Derek, I would love if he started Finlay Curtis. I hate it when I don't see him starting, because he brings a bit of excitement. What would your kind of lineup be compared to last night?
Well, you've got to take young Moore out of the equation. So I put Ant-Man back in. Gassama's got to stay in the wide areas. Miovski will come back into it. Diamandi, Raskin. Ashgard, I'm looking at that and I'm maybe kind of thinking, who else could maybe go in there? We need a wee bit more creativity as well in that area. But it'll be the same back four. It'll be Tav, it'll be Suter, Cornelius, and Magoma. So that's the one position. I bring Ant-Man back in because he's going to play the same way. And it's who you're going to play in that kind of number 10 role, just off of Miovski. And I think that's really key because you need somebody that's like Charlie used to play that position. Just get in the wee half turn, you know, in that number 10 that can play the wee killer passes or maybe score a goal.
But I would, this has got to be the same back four. I would go three in the middle. As I said, I would go Raskin, Diamandi, and Cameron if fit. The three of them. If Cameron's not fit, I'd go Barron. Then I'd just go Gassam on the left. Let kind of Diamandi or Raskin or one of the midfielders, Cameron kind of cover the right-hand side and play Chermiti and Miovski up front. That's what I would do. I would change it just to show the fans that you've got another idea how to play football.
There's Frankie. He was actually on we started a new podcast on a Friday night, and it's any fan can join in the show on Friday night at 7:00. So Frankie was on it last week, and he's asking, does Moore have a clause that he must start? I don't think it's that he must start, but I think he needs to play so many games in a season because Spurs are playing the majority of his wage or something like that, you know. So there is so many games.
Ricky, it looks like that because he starts every game and he's getting took off at half time. So that's how everybody starts to think that way. So.
Right. Oh well, right, we'll move on to predictions.
Score predictions, brought to you by Avia Signs.
Right, Charlie, you put the fear into me. I've never heard you talking about a Rangers game like that coming up. So I'll let you go first with the score prediction.
I don't think we'll win. I think we'll get beaten Sunday, I really do. I just kind of see that team. Livingston are a horrible team to play against. Livingston are physical, strong, and they've got guys who'll go and barge into you and make things difficult for you. And their defenders, it will be a tough afternoon. I think Livingston will turn us over, honestly, do.
Right, Derek?
I think Livingston will be licking their lips. They'll be looking forward to this. Just what Charlie says, they're going to get in about us. They're going to try and ruffle a few feathers. What do I predict? I predict pain. A wee bit more pain. It's some more pain! That's what I'm predicting.
No wonder you've no hair and that mine's is grey.
No.
Have I not got any hair? I didn't know. Oh.
Just fell out this morning.
Well, I've got a pure Tuesday line to finish off the podcast, but I predict a riot if we don't get this out on Sunday.
Good song.
It's been raining since I met you, and I'm drowning in the flood.
That's it. Bon Jovi. Anyway, listen, thanks again for everybody that's watching, and make sure you share this podcast with your mates and all that so that we can get our rankings up on YouTube, etc. You know, and like I said, every week we're going to be on at a different time, a different day. Aye. That'll be me on Sunday.
We're usually on after every game. After every game.
After every game, and we'll try for about 12 o'clock, you know, but you can obviously watch it on repeat later on, plus it's on the audio podcast as well. But I think we'll probably be doing a wee fans view podcast tonight at 7 o'clock as well. So if you want to join that, then just send us a little DM and we'll get you on the show. All right, but once again, thank you to all our sponsors. We've got the Loudon Tavern at Ibrox, Plugged In Business Solutions, DB Dental Care, Mr. Sings in there, and Avia Signs. And we'll see you all again. What day will we see you all again? Monday, probably about 12 o'clock. All right, take care and see you on Monday.
Cheers, guys.
See you, lads.